like 105 out here right now, but I got like an hour and a half that I can work on this thing. So I'm gonna try to put a stereo on it. So see how fast we can do it. All right, if I remember this dashboard, this piece pops out. Probably never even been out of the dash before. These brackets need to be transferred. The mounting brackets I need to transfer over to the new radio. Look at that original screws in there. I buy old cars and I'm not used to seeing stuff that hasn't been messed with before. So we need these brackets. We're gonna keep this cubby and just change out the head unit. And then I put these screws back in because if I sell this, I want this car like back to exactly stock. So then this is the Sony head unit I took out of the Corolla. I've had really good luck with these Sony head units. I bought a 4Runner years ago and it had a Sony head unit in it that was fairly new at the time, and I used that head unit for the next 6 years throughout like 4 vehicles that I owned after that one. And I just really liked that stereo. It just worked well, never had a problem. The user interface was good, and yeah, so when I wanted to buy another one because I needed Bluetooth, I went with Sony, and just all their stuff has been great. I ended up buying another one of these head units for my dad and another one for my wife, all exactly the same because I like them so much. That's basically ready to go back in the car. You just need a wire harness, which should have. Where did I put that? This is the harness that I had in the Corolla. A lot of the 80s and 90s Toyotas are all the same plugs, so lucky for me, I can just pop this in. I don't have to make another harness. Oh, I didn't plug the antenna in. 5200. I think it's working. So I'm just gonna check balance and fade just to make sure that all the speakers are plugged in properly. So front, balance, left, nothing, right, full. So we have no front left speaker. Fade, rear, balance, rear left, rear right. That's perfect. So we don't have a front left speaker. So I'm just gonna wiggle the harness and maybe this front left will pop up. Then we know it's like a problem with the harness. I'm not hearing any changes. So let's turn this off and let me put the factory radio back in and let's see if the front left works then. So yeah, even with the factory radio, we have no left front speaker. I would say that it's most likely not a problem with the harness at this point, since to me it doesn't look like this thing's ever been messed with. It's most likely a problem at the speaker or in the, whatever you call that thing, where the wires go from the car to the door. I already know that on this door, on the driver door, when you hit the lock and unlock switch, the door lock doesn't operate, and it was operating intermittently depending on the position of the door earlier, but I think it fully failed. So it may be either a broken lock actuator or a broken wire inside that conduit. So potentially there's broken wire for the speaker. Now we know that there's nothing wrong with the harness or the head unit, so we can put this in. So then one more thing before this head unit goes in, this wire coming off the back is for USB. So the options are, like, you just put all your music on a USB flash drive, and then you just throw that flash drive like in the glove box with the USB. But like, I mean, I think I used that before I had Bluetooth, but once I had Bluetooth, like, everything's on my phone now. So I don't really use this at this time. I'm just gonna wrap it up and shove it back there, and it'll just hang out back there. And then if we ever want to use the USB, I can pull it out at that time. And then the other thing I need, a dash cam. I need that up on the windshield, so I need a wire. And with the dash cams, generally they come with the cigarette adapter, but that is stupid. I guess it's all right if you don't work on cars and you just need to plug it in real quick, or if you take the dash cam with you or something. I like these to be permanent, so I need to run this down underneath here. I think on my last one, there's empty space under the console that I was able to hide it in. So I'll at least get the cable run today. I don't have time to make the whole adapter and everything. And then the other thing is, on that same run with the dash cam, we need the microphone for the Bluetooth. I will get that run as well at the same time. All right, we want to go to here, around here with the dash cam wire. So we pulled out that trim, it just pops down. There's a trim piece here that just pulls out, and then the same thing pops out, and the plate up here comes down. So now we basically have that from behind the radio comes out right there. We can run the wire through here and then come out this hole and just up, and then zip tie to that other wire up there. Okay, so this is the piece off the mirror mount. I know this goes against everything that I live for, but I'm gonna drill a hole in it. This is for the microphone mount. I'm gonna go clean it up with the bigger drill bit. All right, cleaning it up with the bigger drill bit didn't work, so now we just have a bigger hole. Then we're just gonna take the microphone mount and throw it right there and hot glue it. And it's so hot outside today that we don't even have to plug in the hot glue gun. Oh, that's all we get. Ow. That is not how I wanted it to work out. But I'm just gonna let it cool. The glue came through. Remember last time, I think I did a different way last time, but I'm just gonna let it cool and then try to pick that glue off. If that's there, I'm probably not be able to get the microphone in there, so just let it cool. This thing should be dry now. And I'm not too worried about a hole in this piece because just being the location that it's at in the car, it doesn't get looked at or touched very often. That means that if you need to buy another one to replace this one, it's not going to be that hard to find it since they don't get broken very often. Not as pretty as I wanted it, but it'll work, and no one's ever going to see it except you. It just pops right in there. So it'll be out by the mirror.
Y más variedad. What's trending today?
All right, it's back together. I'm out of time. But here's the microphone and the camera, and the wire goes right up into the headliner. All right, we'll test it tomorrow.